show's going to sound a little bit different today. Why? Because I'm not broadcasting out of the studio. I'm not broadcasting from my home in Sedona, Arizona. I'm broadcasting from Fresh Paws of Bel Air, in Bel Air. What a great day it is. I'm looking around. I'm surrounded by dogs and cats for adoption, those that need special homes. And by the way, coming up a little bit later, I don't often do this, but I'm going to ask for a very special favor from my audience. I have 2 dogs here that must be adopted together. I'm going to share this story with you later on. They belong to a woman who survived the Holocaust, and now we need to find homes for these 2 German Shepherds. I'll go over that story with you guys later, but open up your hearts. We're going to help find them a home. Also, coming up on today's show, I had an argument with someone this week. What a shock. Warren had an argument with someone. Someone said to me that dogs do not know when we're crying, that dogs and cats do not understand when we're upset or when we're sad. And after I punched him, I told him he was wrong. The bottom line is, of course our pets know when we're sad, and we're going to prove it because there's a brand new study. Also coming up on today's show, OCD. I suffered with it when I was growing up. Now your pets can have obsessive-compulsive order. How many people listening right now have a dog or cat that spins around or chases things that they don't see, goes after their tail? Well, we're going to talk about that coming up a little bit later. And also a natural way to control fleas. You guys ready for this? How many people out there? You all got dogs, right? You're all living with dogs, listening to those people here. There's a new hairnet for dogs. It's a hairnet you put over your dogs, and supposedly it prevents your dogs from shedding. We'll talk about that. Plenty of time for your questions and comments. Lots of great stuff to give away. I'm going to be giving away on today's show some all-natural herbal flea spray. I'll be giving away some Bitter Yuck, Arthur Sooth Gold, American Kennel Club shampoo, stain and odor remover. Of course, my amazing books, How to Get Your Dog or How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want, and as well as the fabulous Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treat. So, if your pet is jumping or humping, digging, chewing, scratching your favorite chair, forgot what a litter box was used for, not eating everything, doesn't like the neighbor's dog, not thrilled with his wife either, great time to give me a call. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. By the way, the question of the week here, very simple question. Do your pets know when you're sad? Do your pets know when you're sad? I want to know. Again, that number, 866-870-KRLA. Once again, we're a very special show today. I have some great groups here. I see Bichon and Buddies here. There's like 20 Bichon Frizzes, Bitch and Frizzies as I call them, that are ready for adoption. Pug Nation is here. Best Friends is over there. New Leash on Life. Serenity Kitten Rescue is here. Westside German Shepherd Rescue is here. Great, great people. If you're not here yet, you should be. Come on down and join me. We're broadcasting live today from Fresh Paws of Bel Air. It's in the, what's the name? I got a card here somewhere that I put together with exact address and phone number. I'll get that for you in a couple of seconds. But the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. Let's see. How about we start out with a phone call right off the bat? Let's go to Roberta calling from Roberta, you're calling from Sherman Oaks. You could have got your butt down here. Hey, Roberta, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Warren?
I'm doing fabulous today. We're just around the corner, a quick drive.
Well, I would, except I have a almost 3-month-old puppy who doesn't like being in the car from his first visit to me 2 days ago.
It's the way you people in Sherman Oaks drive. That's the way your dog doesn't like being in your car.
Maybe.
What kind of dog do you have? What kind of dog do you have, Roberta?
I just bought a purebred Papillon, beautiful.
A little butterfly dog, yeah.
Very, very smart. In fact, a little too smart for me, I'm afraid. I've read your book. Once you gave me some vitamins for my friend's dog, so I've got vitamins. I'm all ready to go, except I have a million questions. What are the most important things to do for your dog in order to make sure that he grows into a healthy, happy puppy and dog?
All right, the most important thing that anyone can do for a new puppy come into their house is the S word. Yes? Socialize, 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 and socialize. The training should begin right now. A lot of people, even a lot of trainers and behaviorists will tell you, don't start training your dog till they're 5 or 6 months old. I start working with dogs at 8 weeks old, and let me tell you why. Dogs go through 4 stages of psychological growth: neonatal, imprint, juvenile, and adult. It takes humans 21 years. It takes a dog 12 months. So at 8 weeks old, he's about to ready to enter the terrible twos. So the same energy and the same intelligence used to teach him something wrong can be focused on right. So go back to the pages in my book and start your training right now, immediately. Make it short periods, 5 minutes at a time. Always end on a positive note, and the dog should always be smiling when you're finished. That's the most important thing to do right now.
Are there things to do to make sure that the puppy is eating properly?
How old did you say the puppy was?
He's almost 3 months old.
I'm just looking at a loose dog. 3 months old. You should be feeding the dog probably 4 times a day, although 3 times a day would be fine. But they need to be fed frequently. And just remember, 3 months old, about 15 to 20 minutes after the dog eats, that's when they're going to have to go. When a puppy first wakes up, that's when they're going to have to pee and poop. So those are good indications. Get them outside at that point. And when the dog does go outside, you need to praise and sing and dance and make him think he just hit the lottery.
Well, I'm kind of a nervous first mother. This is the first time I've been a mother to a puppy ever, and I'm 63. So this is a wild adventure for both of us.
What made you, just out of curiosity, I mean, I'm glad you got the puppy, but just out of curiosity, what prohibited you from adopting an older dog?
First of all, I wanted a dog that I could grow old with, so I wanted to start with a puppy. And I fell in love with the Papillon breed. And I did look for some Papillon rescues, but they're not very prevalent here in California.
Yeah, there's more Papillon rescues more on the East Coast than there would be on the West Coast. But I saw a Papillon at a shelter in L.A. the other day. But you got this puppy. It's great. The most important thing, start the training young. Socialize with people. Socialize the puppy with other dogs. Feed it frequently. And remember this. This is the key to training. Positive motivation. Make it fun for the dog. If it's not fun for the dog, if it's not fun for you, nobody's going to enjoy it and no one's going to learn. And that's what you need to do at that point. How does that help you out a bit there?
Yes, it did. I just have one more question, if I may.
Sure, go ahead.
There's somebody just, okay. The dog got underfoot. There's an older dog named Missy, who is a 5-year-old Papillon, and we're trying to determine how we get them together.
Okay, the first thing, let me...
Missy into Toby's life.
You need to do it on neutral territory. Think about another woman coming into your house and sitting in your bathroom using your makeup. You're not going to feel too comfortable. So take the puppy outside, introduce him to the other Papillon on neutral territory, short periods of time, always end on a positive note. He'll come around just fine. But just remember, neutral territory. If another guy comes into my garage, it's on. If another woman came into your house, I'm sure it would be on. So let them get to know each other for short periods of time away from their homes.
Thank you. You've been really very special. And
wait, I want to send you something. What can I send you? I want to send you a gift. Hold on. I know you got my book. I know you got my vitamins. But you know what? This is going to be a horrendous flea season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to send you some all-natural herbal flea spray. How's that? And I appreciate the call. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. If the show sounds a little bit different today, it's not my fault, folks. We're broadcasting live from an incredible location, Fresh Paws of Bel Air. Let me tell you while I'm here. Fresh Paws of Bel Air is a pet store that does not sell puppies. It only has dogs that are rescue dogs from the shelters in Los Angeles. So these dogs need forever homes, but until they get those forever homes, they're well taken care of, they're seen by veterinarians, they're socialized, and behaviorists come in and work with them. So if you're looking for that perfect dog, come on out today. Literally, I bet you there's got to be 75 or 80 dogs for adoption here. Let me give you the address. It's at the Beverly Glen Center, or you can call for directions at 310-470-7297, 310-470-7297. And I'm going to be here all day. I'll be here till obviously 1 o'clock doing this show, and then from 1 to 3, I'll be broadcasting the national and Canadian show from this location as well. So you got plenty of time to come out. I'm looking around me, and there's so many wonderful pets for adoption, but equally as important, guaranteed if you come out today, I'm looking at a table with all these great gift baskets for this silent auction, and all that money is going to go to help these dogs and cats find their home. So you're going to want to come out here today. Again, for information, this is the phone number you want to call. It's 310-470-7297. And the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA. Lots of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions, as well as lots of great stuff to give away. Almost anyone who calls in today is going to get a special gift. By the way, if you guys here listen live, if you guys have questions, that are here live today, you rescue groups, feel free to come up and ask those questions as well. But right now, let's go. What is it, Sherman Oaks only today? Let's go to Andrew in Sherman Oaks. Hey, Andrew, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hey, thanks for taking the call.
My pleasure.
I have, I hope I don't start crying, but I've got the greatest cat in the world, and his sister, I had to put her down about a month ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
It was really, really hard. And about a year before that, I had to put down another two of his sisters about 3 days apart. And he started yowling after that, and he only does from the hallway. So after I put the only other sibling left about a month ago, the yowling is more frequent and it's more intense. And I'm sure, because he's checked out with a vet and everything, so I'm sure it's psychological. But
yeah, well, let's go over the psychological reason, okay? You know, when I was studying in Europe, one of the things I learned very, very clearly was there is a rallying call both with dogs and cats. So when there's a cat that lives with another cat, it would not be unusual for even a month or 6 months down the road for that cat to become very vocal, because the more vocal the cat is in their mind, the quicker their friend is going to come back. So that's probably why you're hearing more vocalizations at this point. And what I suggest doing, and this may sound eccentric, and heaven forbid I should ever sound eccentric, but listen to me carefully, Andrew. What often happens, and one of the best ways to resolve this, is when you're actually hearing the cat reacting that way, sit down with the cat, cry together, talk it out together. I know it sounds a little crazy, but you need to talk it out. You need to get through it, and you need to let the cat know that she's going to get through it. And your comforting voice and really kind of working on this together is the resolution to the problem. But that's why she's doing it. Generally speaking, if you have a cat that's been quiet and they start making a lot of noise, it's either that they're losing their hearing or, in fact, it's a rallying call to bring their buddies back. You know, it's interesting. When I was in Southeast Asia, one of the dogs I was working with passed away, and when that dog passed away, the other dog would start really howling every night, and howling is indicative, again, as a rallying call to bring their buddy back. So encourage the dog. It's not be quiet, not shut up, I'm trying to go to sleep. It's a hug and a kiss, sit on the floor, cry together, talk it out together. Believe me, the cat will understand what you're talking about.
yeah, whenever he sees me, because he'll be yowling, and then I'll peek around the corner, then he'll stop and look up at me, and he's completely back to normal. And I give him tons of
but what you just did, you know, when someone loses a spouse or someone loses one of their pets, one of the things I've been advocating for years is what we call distraction therapy. So when the cat is feeling negative about the loss of its good friend and starts crying at that point, when you come into the picture, your voice is distracting him, so sure, he's going back to his same way. Even with human beings that are going through a grieving process, one of the best ways to get them through it is let them grieve, that's normal, but distract them, because if they don't have that distraction, the grieving can easily turn into depression, and it happens with pets as well as people.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing, because I give him, I talk to him a lot, and I give him a lot of affection, vocally and physically, you know.
Well, that's good. You don't want to overdo it, though, because often what happens is when you have a pet that loses a friend, we feel bad, so we overcompensate, which makes them a little bit more dependent. So it's important to let them grieve, but at the same time to compensate, just to be there for them.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing. I had a feeling it was part of the grieving, and I just wanted to get your take. So it sounds like, how long do you think he'll be doing this? You said about, because
you know, that's one. It's a tough. Andrew, it's really a tough question to answer. The grieving for humans and the grieving for animals, everyone has to grieve at their own pace. Some humans and some animals have delayed grieving where they don't grieve right away. It's a few months down the road where the grieving hits them. That's what happened to me. Okay, when my first wife passed away, I didn't grieve right away. It took me a couple of months, and then I just fell apart. But some animals the same way. They might take 6 months. Some get through it quicker, but it all depends on the individual, not on whether it's a dog or a cat or a person. Hey, I got to move on, but let me do this. I'm going to send you something. I'm putting you on hold, and I am going to send you, you know what? Let me send you a copy of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want. There's a chapter in there on dealing with that final goodbye. I think it'll help you get through this. Also, go to my website, thepetshow.com. On the website, there's a chapter there called The Ever After, where listeners around the country have been talking about dealing with the loss of pets. I think it'll help you out. So we'll get a copy of the book out to you, and I appreciate the phone call. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. A quick break, then right back to your phone calls on more next time. This is The Pet Show. Here's the story. Raja and Ronnie. Ronnie or Rainey? Raja and Rainey, I believe it is. Right? Is it Rainey? Ronnie. Raja and Ronnie are two 7-year-old shepherds that have been together since they've been... You know what? Why don't you come here? You talk on the microphone. Come here. This is one of the caretakers. We'll talk the story together. What's your first name again? I'm sorry.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. So Raja and Ronnie are 7 years old, okay? Now, the woman who lives with them right now is an 87-year-old woman from a Holocaust survivor from the Ukraine.
Yes.
Her daughter, I understand, is 50 years old, passed away when?
About 4 years ago.
The daughter passed away 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Her husband remarried relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And now he's kicking the mother out of the house. This 90-year-old woman out of the house, and she can't take the dogs with her.
No, because she doesn't even have a place to stay now herself. So they're looking to put her in an apartment, hopefully with one of her grandsons that are pretty much useless.
Yeah.
So he just wants to make more money on the house. That's why he wants her out of it.
Okay, so he's kicking her out of the house, and if these two dogs don't find a home by Tuesday, they're going to wind up at a shelter or euthanized, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So now you got part of the story. That's just part of the story, folks. I met these two dogs. I met Raja. I met Ronnie this morning, and I'm so glad, Rebecca, that you were able to bring them down, because this is such a sad story. This is the story about people need to understand that when you have a pet, it's really important to put them in a pet trust or some type of will so they're taken care of if heaven forbid something happens to you. But I can't believe, and I'm only hearing one side of the story, but I can't believe that this 87-year-old woman's son-in-law is such a jerk that he's kicking her out of the house and threatening to kill the two dogs.
Yeah, he said he was going to put them down.
But this was his wife's dogs. What kind of man does this?
Well, he remarried very quickly, so obviously he didn't care too much
about... It's the memory of his wife, these two dogs. Anyway, I met these two dogs. Now, they're being groomed as we speak. The great people, Linda and Eileen here at Fresh Paws of Bel Air, they're like family now to me. What an incredible group they are. They are grooming these dogs. When I met the dogs today, they were obviously outside. Their ears are chewed up by flies, but they're getting a bath now. They're getting their makeover. We call it from wags to riches. And once they're made over, we need a home for them. And if we don't find a home, at least a foster home or a rescue group. As I said, any rescue group that takes them, I will personally donate $500 for their care to make sure they're taken care of properly. But they must be adopted together. And let me tell you, if Raja and Ronnie are adopted together, we're going to make them celebrities. I'm being videographed today by my friend Brad, who does all the videography for the website, thepetshow.com, and other websites too. But we're going to take some film later of Raji and Ronnie after they're made over, and we're going to show them, and I'm going to put them up on the website. We're going to try to get them up there as fast as we can, Brad.
Thank you so much.
Because we need to find a home for these dogs. I am not going to be able to sleep until Raja and Ronnie have a home. So those in my audience, my listeners, if you can help out, or if you know someone, you can give me a call. Let me give you guys a phone number to call. Call this number. This is your number, right, Joy? This is my good friend Joy from Rescue Me, Inc., one of those humane societies I'm on the board for. The phone number is 818-999-2400. 818-999-2400. And folks, I am on a mission today.
Does have any problem with your ears?
I have a little bit, but not I think.
Yeah. You're okay, love.
Oh yeah, use that sway.
She's very concerned about where she is. Yeah. You're okay, sweetie. Slice that some.
Well, the pets are cute. The people, but the pets are absolutely adorable. I got Bichon and Buddies, or Bitchin' and Buddies over here, as I call them. I got Pug Rescue over there. Best Friends down there with some fabulous pets for adoption. New Leash on Life, a great organization. My good buddies over at Westside German Shepherd Rescue. My hangout when I'm in L.A. That's where my dog Skylar came from. In fact, I was just there a couple of weeks ago. And Serenity Cat Rescue around the corner. And if you didn't get this, we have 2 German Shepherds here, 7 years old, that are in dire straits for a home. Any rescue group or foster that takes them, I will be donating personally $500 to. They're getting their pet makeover right now, thanks to Eileen and Linda from Fresh Paws of Bel Air. They saw the dog and said, oh, no, we can't have a dog looking like that. So they rushed them upstairs, and they're getting made over as we speak. Right now, we're going to talk to a couple of you, and I promise I'll get back to all your phone calls. We have City Councilman Paul Koretz. Did I pronounce that right? I'm so bad with names. People call me Eckstein or Eckstein. I don't know what it is. Or we have Eileen. We have Linda from Fresh Paws of Bel Air. So, right off the bat, can I call you Councilman Koretz? Is that all right? Why are you here today?
Oh, I'm here today because this is so exciting. What we're trying to do in the city of Los Angeles is to ban the sale of puppy mill animals at pet stores.
You are my new best friend.
Well, thank you. And we're trying to have fewer animals wind up in the shelters. We're trying to have pet stores be part of the solution rather than part of the problem. And rather than waiting for a law to pass to tell them to do this place is doing it. Fresh Paws has dogs and cats all over the place. These are wonderful animals. I used to have a Bichon. I see a bunch of wonderful Bichons here. If I didn't have cats right now, I would be adopting 3 Bichons, but they would terrorize them.
They're like potato chips. You can't have just one, I know.
Bichons are the sweetest dogs in the world, by the way. But this is so wonderful. This is a huge step in the right direction. We want at some point to have LA animal shelter system be a complete all-adoption, no-kill system. This is a big step in the right direction.
You know, and thank God here in LA we have politicians, and I use that in the positive sense, politicians like yourself that are willing to get up and talk about it. You know, I do a show right after this that goes to 200 cities around the country and Canada. And it's so hard to get some of the politicians to commit because they have people coming from this side and people coming from that side. In terms of a no-kill, how can anyone be coming from the other side? It's strictly common sense that we have these beautiful animals that we need to find homes for. And you know what? The rest of the country looks to Los Angeles. They look to Los Angeles, and if Los Angeles becomes no-kill, I guarantee you New York, New Jersey, Chicago, and the rest of the states will follow. So hats off to you for having the gusto to come out. You sure you weren't born in the Bronx? For having the gusto to come out here. And
born on Sunset Boulevard.
There you go.
But I have lots of relatives in New York.
In New York.
And my mother-in-law teaches in the Bronx.
In the Bronx. Born in the Bronx, you'd never know from my accent, of course. But I do appreciate you being here. And I've seen you at so many events, and coming out there and supporting events like this is really, really critical that councilmen like yourself are out here getting involved because you are the ones that can make the difference. We need to have your ear, and we've always had your ear, and I appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much. And this is sort of a treat for me. I mean, all the other issues are policy, but this is a great love for me, and the fact that I've been in a position where I could help do things like ban declawing of cats and try to ban other cruel practices. This has been the one real treat of being an elected official for all these years.
City Councilman Paul Koretz, he's definitely an endangered species, a politician with a heart. Imagine that, folks. A politician with a heart. Thank you for coming out. All right, now also with me we have Eileen and Linda who own Fresh Paws of Bel Air, which is absolutely this fabulous place. And first of all, let me thank you for letting me be here today because we're going to find homes, hopefully. In fact, I know right after I get off the show, someone just came over to me. I'm going to go over to best friends with them because I think we're going to be adopting that little Jack Russell Terrier.
Yes,
it's not going to be too hard for me to talk him into.
No.
So the two of you are here. You run this store. First of all, how did you, why, where, what?
Why not? I mean, why not? We took a bad situation from the store previously. We turned it into something good. And ever since then, we've adopted close to maybe even to over 200 dogs. Yay.
Wow.
And they've all reached got their forever home.
And the concept is that these dogs come from shelters, so people don't understand the difference. You know, years ago, you'd go to a pet store and you'd see these puppies coming from these puppy mills. And there's nothing more atrocious. I was talking to the lady who runs Best Friends earlier. Years ago, I'm talking about 1972. I started when I was very young. In 1972, I was doing undercover investigations in the state of Pennsylvania about these auctions where they sell these puppies for experimentation and they sell them to breeders and whatever. This has been going on. This has been a battle that I've been fighting for God knows how many years. And finally, people like you are coming to the conclusion that There are millions of healthy dogs and cats being killed every year. Why? Why? There's no reason for it.
It's horrifying. You know what? We love what we do, but you get unbelievable animals. When you adopt a dog, you know, we have purebred, we have mixed breeds. They know that they're wanted. They love you. You get unconditional love. I feel it's the only way to go. You know, it's amazing. Linda and I love what we do. We want to give back, but we'll do anything for, you know, to have people rescue.
I see how fast you grabbed those two German Shepherds and did the makeover.
They didn't even have
I didn't even get to kiss them. I didn't.
And Warren, thank you for your donation with that. We have people coming into our store, and we've already got another $100 for that.
Great.
We're going to send them home with food from our store, and of course, they're going to be coming out looking amazing. We're not even going to recognize those dogs.
And if you guys have not been out here lately, you know I always talk about my supplements, the Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplements. They've been around for 25 years. They were developed by myself in Connecticut with the top veterinary nutrition in the country. A little plug for the Hugs and Kisses there. And the reason I bring that up here is because a couple of years ago, they were in every pet store in America. And I pulled them out of every pet store in America. I'm talking about the Petco's, the PetSmarts. Everyone wants to get in there. I took mine out. Why? Because when you go to a store and you buy my supplements, I want the person behind the counter to talk to you about your pet. I want them to understand what living with a pet is all about. And now I'm pleased to announce that Fresh Paws of Bel Air is one of the very, very few stores that now carries the Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplements. And you got my books as well. And
yes, we
the whole
do.
American Kennel Club line and Nature Vet, you've got it covered.
We love the product. We love the product.
Well, you guys got to come out here and meet these two eccentric ladies. And the not-so-eccentric city councilman, Paul Kurtz. And again, Councilman Kurtz, I want to say, Paul, I'm so appreciative of you coming out here. I am a big fan of politicians that get involved. One of my favorite clients of all times was a congressman from New York that ran for vice president, Geraldine Ferraro. Geraldine Ferraro and myself were very, very close friends. While she was running for the office of vice presidency, she had a German Shepherd named Sam. And when she was traveling, the dog had anxiety attacks and would chew up all the needle points she did on the road as she was going. And I just remembered, for 10 years after that election, at least twice a year, Christmas and my birthday, I would get a card from Sam, her German Shepherd, knowing that this vice presidential candidate took the dog's paw, stuck it in ink, stamped it on a piece of paper to send it to me. So when I meet someone with the passion, someone like yourself or Linda and Eileen with the passion, that's what it's all about, because you cannot be with animals unless it's a passion.
Well, Warren, that's truly wonderful. I don't know if you'll get my cat's paws stamped on a card every 6 months. But you do have my undying gratitude for all the good stuff that you've done for animals over the years.
I do appreciate it. Now, if I don't get back to my phone calls, I may not be on the air next week.
I just want to say one thing. Linda and I are so honored that you're here. I can't tell you, because this is really going to help us and the rescue of more animals. We also have a wonderful silent auction going on, so come on over. We have wonderful things, and anything that you need, Linda and I will be happy to get for you.
And by the way, if you come out today, you know I'm doing the national show right after this between 1 and 3, but I promise I am not going to leave until I've answered any question that anyone has, so I'll be here. So put up the bunk beds, okay? 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. You know what? Let me take a quick break before Alex in the studio goes absolutely nuts. When we come back, we got Caller in Camarillo, Blanca in Westminster, Megan in Pasadena, Roger in Murrieta. Did I say that right? Murrieta, and Porter. Porter, who's 11 years old, calling from Mission Viejo. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, all of your phone calls right after this. I'm Warren Eckstein, and this is The Pet Show.
I'm Bob Cheslow, and I volunteer at Westside German Shepherd Rescue. They have 60 incredible dogs on Pontius near Santa Monica Boulevard. We're here with some great dogs. They all need homes. They're all taken care of. They have medical facilities on site. It's a wonderful rescue organization, and they help you find exactly the right dog for you, be your forever best friend.
Who are some of the dogs that you brought here today?
This one's Wyatt. He's a beautiful 2-year-old black Shepherd mix. He loves all dogs. He's great with people and kids, even good with cats.
And who else do we have?
Who else is here? You want to introduce the dog you're with?
This is Perry. He's also from Westside German Shepherd Rescue. He's German Shepherd and we think Golden Retriever. His grandmother was a German Shepherd, and I'm fostering him, and he is absolutely lovely. housebroken, and he will sit by you. He can be taken to an office. He'll go anywhere with you. And over there we have
She's sweet. She's about 2. And she loves other dogs.
So here's the perfect dog for you. You want the perfect dog for you?
Say hi,
The perfect dog for you is you go to a shelter, you go to a rescue.
And this is one of the puppies, and his mother is over there.
Oh, tell us about the puppy.
I fell in love with him. He's sweet. He's such a sweetie. And he has a brother here and a sister back at the shelter. And he's a good baby. And all the dogs here are so wonderful. They've been really sweet.
Busy looking at something.
Her favorite pastime is sniffing, so if there's something to sniff, she'll sniff it.
So tell us about this dog.
Well, it's a Bergamasco. It's from Italy. It's a sheep herding dog in the Alps. It's a 2,000-year-old breed. It's almost become extinct a number of times. And it's the forerunner to the Brayard and I think a lot of the sheepdogs that we're familiar with. But they're actually dreadlocks, and they start forming, and then you have to separate them into whatever size you want. A lot of them are like real big. A lot of the dogs, you know, because they're protection from wolves, and they're a real independent dog. One dog, one shepherd, and a flock of sheep. So they're a real problem-solving dog. If something goes wrong at night, they hop to and solve the problem, and so they're very intelligent. She isn't necessarily, but they're headstrong and a great pet. I mean, she's the sweetest dog in the world.
My name is Mary Dolan, and I am a volunteer and board member with Pug Nation Rescue of Los Angeles. We are a group that is devoted to rescuing pugs and pug mixes from situations in which they are really in danger. That might be at a city shelter, a county shelter, or it could be a dog that just needs a new home because for some reason the owner is no longer able to hold on to it. We get an amazing array of dogs. We get dogs that are just puppies, we get dogs that are in the full of their lives, and we sometimes end up with seniors who for one reason or another are no longer able to stay with the family that they were with originally. It's a great thing. We always have something to do. Every day we have a look at all those county shelters, city shelters, make sure that there's not a pug in need, and if we find one, we straight away head off and make sure that we can find a good solution for them.
Hi, I'm Dina Zafiris, head of In Situ Foundation. My foundation trains dogs to sniff cancer, to detect cancer early in humans. So it's not about dog cancer, it's about humans with cancer. So far we have up to 98-99% accuracy level with early detection. People say, how is this done? It's done very similarly to how bomb detection and narcotics detection dogs are trained. And when you look at gunpowder and bomb dogs, the scent of cancer is much stronger than the scent of gunpowder or bomb powder or narcotics. So for a dog to be able to sniff cancer, it's easy. In the school of scent, it's much easier for a dog to find cancer than it is to find a bomb or gunpowder or drug detection. So when you think of all the airplanes being screened by German Shepherds and all the buildings that are searched every day for bombs, these dogs should be out in the world saving lives, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the dogs out there. I want to get breath sample kits in stores like Rite Aid or wherever that people can breathe into a tube, send in their sample, and the dogs, a fleet of dogs, not one dog but 20 dogs would have to hit on it saying they smell it, and then you would be considered a positive result. So it's exciting.
Do you have some doctors that work with you?
I do. I have a couple of doctors up in Northern California from Stanford, and I'm under an NDA with them, so they're trying to do something very special with the project, and they're using my research to study the dogs.
And
very
where
exciting.
can people find you on the web to get in touch?
We're at dogsdetectcancer.org, and it's a 501(c)(3). It's 100% tax-free charity donation, by the way, and we're just trying to publish research and get the word out there so we can really start saving lives. dogsdetectcancer.org.
Great, another way to help fight cancer.
Thank you. Maybe the only way.
You know what? There's no such thing as overdoing it as long as it's healthy. Exercise, good food, as long as it's healthy, there's no such thing as overdoing it. if the dog gains weight. But it just sounds to me like you and your wife need a date night. You know, get a pet sitter to come in, get a date night, and that's what you need. Hey, Roger, I got to move on. Can I send you something?
Yes.
What do you want? Oh, you want my book? Hold on, you're going to get a copy of my book. Let me just say right for the moment. Remember the dogs I've been talking about all day? The 2 German Shepherds that are going to be killed on Tuesday? Well, they just came down. Linda and Eileen, their grooming staff here, groomed these 2 German Shepherds. You can't even recognize them. They look like Rin Tin Tin. Snuggles, did you growl at him? Snuggles, my little 2-legged chihuahua, just growled at the German Shepherd. They both, Raja, I can't believe what an amazing job you guys did. Who groomed them? Did you guys groom? What's your name? Asami, and what a great job you guys did. In fact, after the show, I'm hopping up into the tub myself. Look at these 2 dogs. These 2 dogs that were still, by the way, Rebecca, still scheduled to be killed on Tuesday. The owner of these dogs is killing these dogs on Tuesday. They must be adopted. I feel like a huckster here. I don't mean to be, folks, but these 2 dogs are absolutely lovable. They've been kissing me all morning. They're beautiful. They need some TLC. If we find a foster home, I'm going to be donating money, and Fresh Paws of Bel Air already raised some money here to donate as well. Please, I don't ask that often for favors. Please adopt these dogs, and I promise I will be on the phone with you as often as you need with any behavioral issues. I will be there until these problems are resolved. Dina, one of the trainers here at Fresh Paws of Bel Air, said she'll donate her time. So you have well-trained dogs that are loving, 2 dogs. And you know what? I'm looking in the eyes of these 2 dogs, and I guarantee you, if you adopt these 2 dogs, they will pay you back every day for the rest of their lives. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. Once again, it's time to brag about the fabulous Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats. You know, the one with my picture on the label, but that should not stop you from buying them. If you're sick and tired of your dog or cat shedding, and by the way, there are 2 different formulas, one for dogs and one for cats because they have different nutritional needs. If you want your dogs and cats to be flea-free because their skin is nice and moist, if you want your dogs to have the strongest antioxidants to improve their immune system, then you need to be giving them the Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats every day. Now, how do you get the vitamin mineral supplement treats? Well, if you order them online, they're tax-free. Call 1-800-430-4847 or go to my website, thepetshow.com, thepetshow.com. They're given like treats, by the way. That's why they're called Hugs and Kisses. The dogs and cats absolutely adore them. Go to the website, thepetshow.com, thepetshow.com, or call my office at 1-800-430-4847. Hey, guys.
It's official. Bijan ran out of dogs.
Absolutely.
I'm Nettie from Newhall.
Nettie from Newhall. N-E-T-T-I-E?
Yes, I did call you once, and I sent you a thank you card.
Oh, yes. And we are back on the Pet Show, broadcasting live. They were just about out of time, but you guys can also come on down. I'll be broadcasting my national Canadian show for the next 2 hours right here at Fresh Paws of Bel Air. If you need directions, the phone number is... I'll give you that phone number in just a second, I promise. The phone number is 310-470-7297. Come on out, bring your dogs down. I love to have that. Let me just give you a couple of updates. As you know, we have a lot of rescue groups here today. Westside German Shepherd, Best Friends, New Leash on Life, Pug Nation, Bichon. I just heard that the Bichon and Friends ran out of dogs. They adopted all the Bichon. They're out of dogs. How is that possible? And so they're going to get some more dogs. So we'll have more dogs for adoption here a little bit later today. So come on out and say hello. Until next week, remember to give all your pets a hug and a kiss. Now stay tuned for Living Pet Free with my good friend Anita and Dr. Mark Darrow coming up right here on 870 KRLA The Answer. We'll be back here next week. Until then, give those dogs a hug. And you know, the hug and kiss right between the ears, that special one for me. I'm Warren Eckstein, and this has been The Pet Show.